Welcome to the Penny Collector. It's that time again. Box of pennies. Here we go. Looks like a good box. We got some copper enders. This should be a good hunt. I'm in roll 2 and found something very interesting. So it's a 1996 and look at the mint mark. Let me push it up here a little further. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So usually in the zinc sense, the copper-coated zinc, usually when you see separation, it's usually going toward the edge of the coin. Usually you'll see this like doubling effect on the outside. To see it like that is so unusual. And you almost think, is it a double of some sort? Well, I think it's probably just machine doubling. It's not a repunch mint mark because starting in 1990, the mint marks are printed with the rest of the coin. So there's no longer repunch mint marks starting 1990. So if it's doubling, it has to be a double die that you'll see on the rest of the coin. But I've looked everywhere else, and the only thing I see is a little bit under the G right there. And then, of course, on the D. I don't really see anything on Liberty or pretty much anywhere else. So probably not any kind of true doubling, probably just some machine doubling, but I just don't ever see it going in this direction. It's always heading out toward the edge of the coin. So just very interesting. I'll hold on to it just in case there's something special about it. I am on roll number 5 and we have just hit our first wheat penny. It is a 1946 San Francisco. Not too bad. Okay, in that same roll that we found the 46 wheat penny, I think we might have a variety. This is kind of a difficult call. So it's a 2015 Denver. In the 2015, 2018, and 2019 sense, there's some doubling on the lobe of the ear. And right there, that looks like doubling to me. I sometimes will see this, but then you'll see like damage here, and you can see it's just kind of the metal pushed over from damage. But I don't see any damage on this one. And it looks like it matches it. And I think I see a hint of another little line just below it, which you usually see as well when you get these doubled earlobes. So I think we have it. It's hard to tell though because it is worn, you can tell. If it is, there's the 001 and the 002. The 001 is a lot more prominent, so I'm pretty sure it's not that one. But it looks a lot more like this 002. So here it is in a better condition coin. See how you can see that second line under there? But on this one, a little bit more worn. The second line becomes harder, and mostly you see the first. It is supposed to have a die crack on the back of the shield. On mine, you can tell mine is definitely more worn. If I look on the back, unfortunately, the shield is a place that gets worn pretty quickly. So if it had it, it would be right here. You see something going on there, but it's hard to tell exactly what. So can't really use that to confirm it being the doubled earlobe, but it really looks like it to me. I'm almost done with the first row, and I've got a 1995 here that's got kind of a nice die crack on it. So on the reverse, you can see starting at the rim, there's a very thin die crack, so it's a very small crack. It winds its way down here, and then when you get down to the Lincoln Memorial, it splits, and then you get this big glob right here. So here's the main break of the die crack, and then all these little ones off of it, and then one going to the rim. So we're on roll number 10, and we've got one of the doubled columns on the reverse. You know, that happens between 1997 and 2008. This is a 2001 where you get most of them, and it's one that I already have. It's a really weak one that just appears on the side around the knee. It's been worn a little bit, so I think it originally came from there to there, but it's been worn a little bit. Anyway, we got the double reverse column. It's just one of the weakest ones, and I already have this one. Well, it's been a while since I found stuff, and still haven't found another wheat penny, which is kind of surprising. Anyway, we found a 2001, another one with those double die reverse with the extra column in the middle. Once again, one of the ones I already have. It's not a great one. It's a fairly common one, but I've got another one. So that's 2 of these 2001 double die reverse extra columns that I found in this box hunt. Roll number 18, and we finally have a second wheat penny. It's a 1956 Denver. I'll check it for any varieties. That's 2 wheat pennies. All right, I've got something. We're most of the way through the third row. Still haven't found any more wheat pennies, but we did find a variety. So it's a 1998 Denver, and as you can see for the reverse columns that are really common, it has 4. Now, this one is the one it's closest to, but I don't think it's that one. So if you look at mine, see how it comes in at an angle. It's got an angle coming off like this going down. I mean, it is a little worn, but I don't think this is that one. It definitely has an angle to it. And the only other one that I saw that had an angle was, oh, whoops, I meant to go here, was this one, but it's different. It's going in an angle to the upper left. And then that has 2, and that's the collapsing ceiling one. So that's the closest one, but it's not that one. So I think we've got a new variety here, at least one that's not on the website. Nice. Hey, I finally found another wheat penny. So that's roll number, 28? And we finally got a third wheat penny, and it's back facing. Looks in good condition, so it's probably a 50s, maybe a 40s. And it is 1951. All right, not too bad. Just open the next roll, roll number 29, and wheat pennies are picking up. It's a 1946 S facing us. Very nice. I've got another one of those 2015 Denvers that it's like, does it have a doubled earlobe or not? And it's just barely poking out. And you're like, is it, isn't it? It might be, it's just worn. And then you look for the die crack on the back on the shield, and you look, and you're like, well, if it was, it'd be right there. Is it there? I don't know. It's been too worn. So it's another one of those where it's like, I don't know. I mean, I see something there, right? And you guys can see it too. Something peeking out. But is that just damage, or is it actually the doubling? It's just very worn. Okay, this is one of those ones where it might be something, it might not. It's a 1998, and on the reverse, you see that little thing there? This little line, it just kind of fades away though. Usually on these ones, you'll see where it ends, and it just kind of seems to fade away. And this little bit of dirt here almost makes it look like that's part of it, but I don't think it is. I think it's just down here, just that little bit. It's hard to tell though, because it could just be like dirt or scratch. It's definitely not as obvious as other ones I've seen. And if we look at some of the options they've got this. It's not that though. It's definitely down in this area. If it was any of these, I'd think it's the 009 and it's just been worn on the top end of it. The 010, also the 10, looks kind of funky too, but I think if anything, if it's any of these, it'd be that one. And it may not even be one. It's just, I'm not sure. And that's the end of the box. So I only ended up with 4 wheat pennies, so really low on wheat pennies, but the varieties really were higher than pretty much any other box I've opened. We've had multiple varieties that are definite, several that are possible, and a few other interesting things. So a lot of those double die reverse where they have the extra column, they are very minor varieties, but still cool to have them. And I found one that wasn't on their website, and I'm pretty sure it's a variety, so I think I found a new variety they don't have on the website. That's really cool. Until next time, happy coin roll hunting.